MAUSIM, MUSIM, MONSOON, The Linguistic Journey of a Seasonal Wind by AZLAN ADNAN. For centuries, the changing winds of the Indian Ocean have not only shaped trade routes and cultural encounters, they have shaped language. One such linguistic legacy is the word monsoon, familiar to English speakers as a seasonal deluge. Yet behind this seemingly meteorological term lies a fascinating journey across continents, empires, and tongues. From MAUSIM in Arabic to MUSIM in Malay to monsoon in English, the word has traveled as far and wide as the winds it names. From MAUSIM, the Arab mariner's season. The story begins with the Arabic word MAUSIM, meaning season, appointed time, or occasion. For Arab sailors who crisscrossed the Indian Ocean during the early medieval period, MAUSIM referred to the predictable seasonal winds that governed maritime trade. These wind shifts, blowing southwest from May to September and northeast from November to March, were crucial for navigation and commerce. The concept of MAUSIM was less about rainfall and more about the cyclical rhythm of the sea and sky, a natural clock for commerce and pilgrimage. These winds dictated not just when to set sail, but when to return. They were so reliable that entire trading calendars, including the Hajj pilgrimage schedule, were synchronized with them. Over time, MAUSIM became more than a meteorological term. It became shorthand for the seasonality of life itself in the Indian Ocean world. To MUSIM, the Malay adoption through centuries of trade and Islamic influence, classical Malay absorbed a range of Arabic vocabulary, particularly in the domains of time, religion, and nature. Among these borrowings was MAUSIM, adapted phonetically into Malay as MUSIM, now the standard word for season. Today, MUSIM appears in everyday expressions. Musim hujan, rainy season. Musim kemarau, dry season. Musim durian, durian season. Musim pilihan raya, election season. In Malay, MUSIM retains the broader sense of a temporal phase or cycle, closely aligned with its Arabic predecessor. To monsoon, a Portuguese and English transformation. The next leg of the word's journey was propelled by European exploration. In the 16th century, the Portuguese, having established colonial footholds in India and Southeast Asia, encountered both the concept and the term via Malay-speaking traders and sailors. They adopted the term as monsoon, referring specifically to the seasonal winds they relied on for their voyages to and from Goa, Malacca, and beyond. This was not just a linguistic borrowing, but a conceptual one. For the Portuguese, MONSOON embodied a crucial understanding of regional geography and climate. The word eventually entered the English language as monsoon in the late 16th century, where it came to refer not just to the wind, but increasingly to the heavy seasonal rains associated with the Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia. Over time, in English usage, the word monsoon has taken on meanings that the original MAUSIM and MUSIM did not necessarily carry, particularly the connotation of torrential rainfall and weather disruption. The English language, shaped by colonial experience, adapted monsoon to its own climate anxieties. A word that travels with the wind. What makes the journey of MAUSIM, monsoon, so compelling is not just the path it took, but what it reveals. Language as a vessel of shared knowledge, and the winds as a bridge between cultures. From Arabic sailors to Malay poets, Portuguese explorers to British colonial officers, each left a linguistic fingerprint on a word that is at its core about cycles, movement, and return. The etymological trail also tells a broader story of how ideas migrate through human connection. Monsoon is not just a word about weather. It is a word about trade, about empire, about linguistic evolution. It reminds us that even the most familiar words in our vocabulary may have crossed oceans and centuries to reach us, carried, quite literally, on the wind.